Yeah, good morning, everyone. Uh, as we were discussing even yesterday, today there has been gap down in Nifty and Bank Nifty both, and we have seen a huge selling which is coming by from the important mark which we had already jotted around 10,130, 140 point as our pivot level. Important for it's good that we went right, but important is to understand the rally which had happened, or you can say the wedge formation which had taken place in this month was basically backed by not any fundamental news. So Nifty making a fresh high, and it is trying to breach its previous high, trying to be more bullish, but there was no fundamental support which was coming in. So any kind of noise or undue knowledge, or you can say unexpected news, can bring Nifty down very easily, and that is what we have seen over here. The major stuff yesterday which we saw and we were discussing was this level of 10,130 mark, and we decided that yes, it will go down, but somewhere 10,050 it will find some support and reversal will take place, which it did go. Today it opens gap down and continuous selling can be seen in Nifty. So there is a one-way selling which is seen in Nifty, and our next level where a reversal can be expected is around 10,030, where it can find some amount of reversal. Now this level was important, as I explained you earlier. It was the high and the low which was formed at the gap up zone from where the rally had started or the breakout had taken place. So the next support level for today is exactly where Nifty is standing right now, 10,030. So the amount of selling has aggregated a lot, but I think it will stop for a while and then it can find some amount of reversal. Now, the important level to watch out for us is 10,030, and it might find now some reversal on the way back up. Our agenda is if Nifty reaches to the point of 9960 mark, it will be amazing, because if it reaches 9960 mark prior to the quarter result month, that is October, it basically touches the same support level from where it has taken a breakout, right? So this was a false breakout, it came back and then it resumed higher. So this was very important breakout which had taken place. So our ideal stop or ideal reversal point for Nifty would be 9960 mark. So I do not think it's very far away. We might find another round of selling in next week or so towards the expiry, and it can expire roughly around 9960 mark, or to be precise below 10,000 mark, right? Given for the day, if you see, it started roughly around 10,100 point where gap down opened, and it's already down about 70, 80 points. And there was a gap down of around 30 points, which was also there. So entire day ATR is exhausted. And if you see for the entire week, per se, so 10,150, 160 mark, and it is now almost 10,020, 30 mark. So ideally around 160 point of fall has happened in a weekly ATR basis as well. So a large selling has already taken place, and the weekly ATR, the daily ATR are exhausted, and hence we need to be cautious now. Large amount of selling won't come by, and ideally for next week, one more selling can be seen, bringing Nifty towards the low of toward making a low towards 9960 mark. Right. So let's go inside. See on the hourly basis, the structure will remain same because there has been selling right from the word go in the morning itself. So even on the hourly side, if we see Nifty, it will seem to be in the same format, gap down and a complete downside. So till it loads, let's go and see Bank Nifty as we were discussing. So this is the daily chart for your Bank Nifty. As we were saying, Nifty was basically stronger than Bank Nifty even yesterday when we said our pivot level were roughly around 2550 mark, where 25,000 or 25,050 mark were very important for us. It did go down, and yesterday also, if you see, some reversal was seen in Nifty, but not in Bank Nifty. So it opened gap down and it pushed itself down. But in Nifty, it did find a big reversal. Today, if you see, as we had discussed yesterday, the selling can go down very fast because this kind of move which happened in Bank Nifty, one-way rally from 24,500 to 25,000 mark was very steep and fast. So ideally, this correction will come fast. That is what our agenda was. And if you see now, Bank Nifty comes to the point where basically the breakout had taken place. So Nifty has yet not reached. So in Nifty 9960 is the level, and here if you see, this was the line, or this is the zone, 24,400, 24,500, from where the rally started, and now it is brought back to those levels. So Bank Nifty has approached fast towards their level compared to Nifty. And if you see over here, a good reversal or support will be seen in Bank Nifty now. So a large selling will not be there in Bank Nifty because now the support levels will start kicking in, and then we can find some reversal on Bank Nifty, which will add on support to Nifty as well. So Nifty, yes, it might go somewhere down more, but Nifty will also find support from Bank Nifty, as we are seeing over here. It has come down to its breakout point and it has retested those marks. So it's very important that we can find any reversal or supports now in Bank Nifty going forward. Let's also put hourly side. Let's go and see on the Nifty side for an hour what has happened the entire day. So entire hour, basically it opened gap down and a complete selling can be seen in the first hour of the trade. So there is no respite at all, and a big selling is seen through and through right from the morning itself. Now, agreed that there were Fed meeting and geopolitical tensions which were ruling out, but uh, but we cannot basically. So as I was trying to say, these are noise which try to put Nifty down. So they just want a reason to bring it down. But ideally, if you see over here on the Nifty side as well, it has now come in the zone where a bigger support is there, which is 10,030 mark. So in Nifty yesterday, it went down. It did saw a reversal, same to the same point. Today it is far more down, and here also we can find some amount of reversal, but one more round of selling can bring Nifty to 9960 mark. So roughly around 100 points more are there on Nifty, but Bank Nifty is now more stable and it will now start providing support to Nifty from here on, because it has reached to its breakout point. But here in Nifty there is still some way to go reaching to its breakout point. So your breakout point for Nifty is 9960, 9980 mark. So there are yet some selling which is there in Nifty. So let's see whether we can find any reversal or no. Let's say even in the 5 minutes chart, some reversals can be seen, but ideally even on Bank Nifty, if you see on the RD chart, the result is same, large amount of selling. So from last 2 days, as we were seeing, it had started selling and it could not breach this 25,000 mark, and then a sudden selling comes. Yesterday it tries to go higher. Today it again opens down. If you see, it opens down and it is below yesterday's low. So that is the worst sign of downfall, or you can say more confident downfall can happen, because it is opening down plus it is opening below yesterday's low, right? So that basically gives you more confidence that yes, Bank Nifty will go further down, and it can go down one side, as it had large amount of space to go down as well. As you see over here, after this where we found some support, there was a free fall which was expected because there was no intermittent support between these range. So here we are having around 300 points fall on Bank Nifty at one go. Right, so it's pretty clear that yes, all the banks would have cracked down, specifically ICICI, SBI, Axis Bank, HDFC, yes, but not that much. So let's go and see individual stocks as well as to what has happened on each of these banking side. When we are seeing, so let's even see the micro level of Nifty and Bank Nifty. So 5-minute chart of Nifty reveals that yes, first half an hour it was a mayhem of selling, but then a quiet reversal took place from the point where we had jotted down 10,030. It goes up and now it is again in that range where support has been seen around those 10,030 mark. So huge selling is basically seen in Nifty, but this does not mean a quick reversal will happen as it happened yesterday. But one more round of selling in Nifty is possible. But on the Bank Nifty side, uh, it can find support very easily, right? Because huge selling has taken place on Bank Nifty. So on Nifty, let's see what happens throughout the day. And please keep a note that at the time of expiry now, uh, from Monday onwards, it will remain more volatile and it might find one more round of selling in next week or so, right? We had basically made some spreads. We had basically made two spreads. One was the bull spread, bear spread, which we had made between 10,000 and 9850. So let's calculate what are the spreads now looking out to be. So if we are looking for 10,000, put option is 41 and 9850 put option is 14. So I can say 41 minus 14. So this is your spread, which is 27. So we basically tracked it around 20. It did go against us to roughly around 12 bucks or so. Again now, due towards the expiry, it is inching towards 30. And if we find one more 100 point of selling, this 30 can easily go up to 40 or so, right? So that's one spread that we were talking about. We had also made a bear ratio spread, bear ratio where we decided 10,000 put, 9850 and 9750. So let's go and see 41, 14 and 7. So it is 41 is what we bought, minus 14 and minus 7 because we sold these two options. So the spread is roughly around 20 or so. So this spread was 6 rupees when we started out this trade, bull bear ratio, and now it is 20 bucks. So it is three times the money. But if we find some more selling of 100 points or so, and towards the expiry after Monday, we will get some theta benefit also of this 9750 and 9850 mark. So on Monday, the spread, and if Nifty remains down, the spread can also go to 30 odd levels or 30 plus level. So initiated at price of 6 rupees, and even if you get 30 bucks, it is not a bad game if you have played well. The risk reward is amazing, 1:5. So these kind of risk reward you can only get when they reach to the higher pivot levels, and then there is no fundamental backing on the rally, and a quick selling takes place. So that was the premise for this option trade that we had done for Nifty. We were bearish. Now, before going into the result season, I will be bullish on Nifty and Bank Nifty from the next expiry, and it can make fresh 52-week high back on the results. So accordingly, we will again make a bull ratio or maybe a bull spread going forward in the month of October.